The members of the graduating class of 2022 have elected Devorah Goldberger, candidate for the PhD in social welfare, to address us on behalf of her classmates. Please join me in welcoming Devorah Goldberger.
Jerome Lawrence, author and playwright, said, "A neurotic is a man who builds castles in the air. A psychotic is the person who lives in them. And a psychiatrist is the man who gets to collect the rent." Now, contrary to popular opinion, none of us became social workers because we're bad at math. Nor did we sign up to PhD programs because we wanted to neglect our family and friends for years and collect a tremendous amount of student debt. Special shout out to my husband, my kids, and all our families. Thank you so much for putting up with us. We came to this profession because there's a burning passion in us, a burning passion to make a difference, to make the world a more just and equal society, a world that takes care of all its constituents, especially those that are oppressed and hurt. So today we're going to get those papers that we're going to put on our walls. And thanks to COVID, it's probably a virtual office you're going to work in anyway. But our task really just starts now. As leaders of society, the Torah commands us, "Lo taguru mipnei ish, ki hamishpat lelohim hu." Do not be afraid of man, for justice is to God. As the warriors of justice, we have to be unafraid. We have to stand up and say what is true and right, regardless of whether it's popular or not. We need to get up there, make a difference, whether it's down in the trenches or in the ivory towers of academia. We're going to push back and make a difference because we're not afraid. Nobel laureate Elias Kennedy once, I messed his name up, Nobel laureate Elias Kennedy coined the term "a naked crowd." Dr. Chacham Jose Faor defines what is the naked crowd that we strive for, and I quote, "A society built on transparency and inclusiveness, impervious to the attempts of would-be tyrants to control the crowd through mind games, linguistic manipulation, and mass hysteria. This empowering freedom is what we, as the future thought seekers, social workers, PhD researchers, are not just attempting, but will make do." Now, yeah, we may be building utopian castles in the air, but our castles are grounded by the unshakable principles and values of social work, coupled with our knowledge that humanity can and will do better. If I can, I'd like to read to you some words that were spoken here in New York City. These words were actually said to a graduating class of firefighters by Bobby Athanas. Bobby Athanas is a recently retired firefighter from FDNY 3. He's also one of the very brave individuals who entered and fortunately exited the Twin Towers on 9/11. And if I can borrow his words, I believe that they're relevant to us, colleagues, my students, and everybody else. Now listen here, kid. Only in New York, you can be a kid at 90. Now listen here, kid. You just hit the lottery. You have the greatest job in the world. Kids look up to you. The elderly see you as the good old days, and grown men call you on their worst day. You're what's good in man, service. This job owes you nothing. And as a matter of fact, live as though you owe it everything. You have been given automatic trust by our citizens because of all those who came before. Don't blow it. Get in there and make a difference. Leave it better than you have found and do your job. Thank you.